In the initiation into the goddess mysteries of ancient Egypt at the temple of Dendera, which is dedicated to the goddess Hathor. Hathor is the goddess of love, music, healing, and astrology. And her name means house of Horus, for she's the mother of all that is in ancient Egypt. And she is one of the oldest goddesses. Here we see reflected the story of the star gods and goddesses on the ceiling of Dendera, which talks about the constellations. It talks about the creation mythology of the gods and the home that they come from, Sirius, Orion, and the Pleiades. The columns show that Hathor is the beginning of life. She's also the mistress of the West, the goddess who guides the souls into the afterlife. And as such, she's considered the goddess of birth and death. She also helps women in childbirth. She's there to protect the pregnant women as well as the children. Initiation at the Temple of Dendera will consist of moving from the crypt, the underground chamber below the temple, which is part of the esoteric order of the priests and priestesses of Hathor, and move up to the Chapel of the New Year. The Chapel of the New Year was where the goddess greeted the sun, her father Ra, once a year, and the rising of the star Sirius was greeted as the New Year in ancient Egypt. Here we are in the crypts, and the crypts tell the story of the alchemical symbolism and the birth of creation. Here the initiates were schooled in the ancient rites of life, and as the Egyptians called it, the coming forth into life, or as we know today, the ascension process. This was something that was not known by the popular masses of people, but only for the higher echelons of the priests and priestesses who dedicated themselves to the mystery schools. It took many years and much education, much self-discipline, and sacrifice and meditation to attain the enlightenment, to attain the body of light that is talked about in these ancient mystery schools. And here in the crypt of Dendera, we get to feel firsthand what it was like to come forth out of the darkness into the light. And these mysteries are celebrated to this day when we walk through these temples and we walk through the sanctuary and the Holy of Holies into the Chapel of the New Year. We are entering the Chapel of the New Year, and on the ceiling we will see the sky goddess Nut. She is the mother of all, and from her is born the sun and also her daughter Hathor. Her body is made of stars, and she reflects the beauty of the night sky and all of the constellations to us. She is the Milky Way. She's the mother of all life. Her consort and husband Geb is the earth, and from their union is produced the creation myth of ancient Egypt. There are many symbols and there are many mystical rites associated with the birth of Isis and Osiris, but here we see their mother Nut in all of her glory, her hands outstretched over the starry firmament of the sky, and as she breathes in the sun, it is expelled through her body in the daily cycle of birth and death. She is the mother of all life, and she is here to remind us. We see the beautiful face of Hathor being birthed from her mother Nut. Hathor amid the two sycamore trees, Lady of the West, on the western horizon.